Welcome to Astro Reads with AMZN. I am AMZN. We're inside today because it's hot as hell outside and I'm not trying to sweat to death. But today we are doing Capricorn's July reading. So let's just get into it. I'm going to be using the Mermaid Tarot deck as the primary deck. We're going to go into a general spread first, and then love and romance, and then career and finance. And at the end, we will pull some oracle cards for last advice or any other messages. So, let's see what's going on. Capricorns, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. How has July been treating you so far? Let's see what's going on. So, we are in Cancer season, and Capricorn is Cancer's opposite. So, lots of lessons to be learned about family, legacy, career, the type of parent you want to be, healing any familial ruptures, releasing any trauma. Definitely a good time. Though it doesn't feel great for Capricorns, but it's a good time for, a lot of good emotional clearance, and understanding of self in that way. So let's see. What's going on? Oh, okay. 4 cards came out at the same time, so let's see. Alrighty. Okay. So we have the Knight of Swords here first. I'm trying to make it so you guys can actually see the photos too. Or the cards. Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, Capricorns, we've been in a space where, we've been really just kind of doing this internal work, and in doing this internal work, it's been, externally showing up through the opportunities that we're getting, even through the people that we're meeting, or even just with, having a better relationship with ourselves and understanding how to be there for ourselves, right? Because we have the moon right after that, so you might have Pisces or Cancer placements. We are in Cancer season, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. So, again, with that inner work, that shadow work that we've been doing, resolving our inner kind of chaos, this has been allowing us to tap into our creativity. It's been allowing us to tap into our receptive energy and allow ourselves to feel what's happening, trust our intuition more, and, allowing our intuition to guide us through certain situations where, maybe logic isn't the best method of figuring it out, and we kind of just have to go off of what we feel and what our spirit is telling us. And I know that's difficult for Capricorn a lot of the times because we are very much about physical, tangible things, being a cardinal earth sign, and making things efficient, understanding the mechanisms of things that happen, and how things are put together is very much like Capricorn energy. So allowing your intuition to guide you, or just listening to it more, I know can be a kind of a new feeling, because it's something that's not completely concrete, it's not completely tangible. You may not always have physical evidence or proof for what you're feeling, but you feel it, right? So continue to listen to yourself in that way. Continue to do the shadow work. Continue to learn how to integrate these things, and you'll see that as that happens, you're going to you're going to see the changes that brings for you. So like I said, it might not always feel great, right? With the Four of Wands in reverse here. And, 4 is the number of foundations. It's the number of stability and bringing things together. Again, more tangible things. But also, Cancer rules the number 4. In degree theory, Cancer rules 4. So, and Cancer rules the 4th house in astrology, which is the house of the home. Again, more family things, just structures in general, building foundations in that way. So you may feel that because of this work that you're doing for yourself internally, and how that plays in what comes to you externally, you might see that, it's going to shake up some foundations for you, or it's going to bring up certain things that maybe, like I said, were in place for a while, but now it's like, well, maybe there's something here that needs to change. And because of that too, with that change also comes, expansion and travel and broadening your horizons with the Eight of Wands here. Very much Jupiter energy, Sagittarius energy. So again, with all the work that you've been doing internally, and the ways that you've been connecting with people because of it, the ideologies that you've adopted, or the ones that you've released, have been, bringing together certain things that play out in certain ways for you. And in some of those ways, it shakes foundations. It shows you where certain things maybe aren't as stable as you thought they were, or where things need a little bit more fortification. And in doing so, that's about understanding a little bit more, broadening your understanding of the world around you, of different, what's the word I'm looking for? Worldly things too, like religion, law, and politics, things of that nature. Figuring out how that affects you, where you stand on those things, how does that play a part in your daily life, right? And how can that help you to obtain what it is that you are looking to obtain? Or how can it help you, again, fortify these foundations and help lay these foundations for yourself for now and for years to come. But at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Wands as the overall energy. So there are a decent amount of wands here. We have the Four of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and now the Ten of Wands. So I feel like with this expansion that may be happening, or with just this exploration and learning of new things or different things, adopting, new things as well, it may feel overwhelming, and that's why the Ten of Wands is here. You might even feel like you're in over your head. You might even be burning yourself out trying to do something with all of this information and knowledge and the connections that you're making. So be aware of burnout, okay? Make sure that you're not ignoring your intuition, right? Because the moon is here to remind you to listen to your intuition, and part of that is listening to what your body is telling you. So if you've been feeling, if it's been a little bit, more difficult to just find the motivation to do the things that you normally don't have difficulty finding then, or doing, take a step back, take some time to rest, look at what's on your plate. Do you really want to do all of these things right now? Are there things that maybe can wait for later? Things of that nature, right? Because Capricorn, we love to pile on the work, especially when we're feeling or dealing with things, and we might not necessarily know how to deal with them or want to sit and deal with them. So we throw ourselves into work, or we throw ourselves into other people and trying to fix them. So make sure you're not taking on anything that, one, isn't yours, make sure you're not taking on anything that you aren't able to show up and do, right? You want to be real about that too, and be real about what your capabilities are, and if you're able to show up and do certain things. It's okay if you already have a bunch of things and something else is coming in. You can say no to things, so start saying no more. Start listening to your body more if you haven't been. Keep listening and tapping into your intuition and doing that shadow work. Okay? So, let's get into love and romance now. We're going to start with single and dating Capricorns, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is going on in love and romance for Capricorns, single and dating Capricorns, in July? Let's see. One more shuffle here. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, and what do single and dating Capricorns need to be aware of in regards to love and relationships and romance? Okay. Yes, I agree. This is a good spread, you guys. So, the first two cards that came out were the High Priestess and the Moon. So again, you might have Capricorn, you might have Pisces or Cancer placements. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on with my words. I'm going to try that again. You may have Pisces or Cancer placements. You may be dealing with someone that has strong Pisces or Cancer placements. But you know, I just feel like this is going to be more things coming to you, more things that are going to be revealed to you that maybe you didn't have the answers to before. I feel like this could also be like, I feel like this could also be someone maybe coming back around and trying to, like, you know, engage with you again, or like I said, reveal something to you that you maybe felt but you didn't necessarily trust yourself completely, right? Because the Moon and the High Priestess are two very intuitive cards, two very intuitive energies. You know, the Moon represents our emotions, and you know, in astrology, our moon sign shows us, you know, how we emote, how we process emotions, the dynamics that we have with women and maternal figures, what our childhoods were like, things of that nature. So, you know, this might even be you coming to terms with certain things that happened in your childhood that maybe were affecting you now, and it's kind of just like clicking, and you're like, wow, okay, I totally see the connection now, or I understand why I was acting this way, because it was because of this, or recognizing, you know, certain habits or certain cycles that you keep finding yourself in. You're seeing the connections and understanding what your role was in those situations, or even how it plays out in the type of partner that you go for, or the type of friends that you have too, right? You know, even you might be getting something. I feel like someone's mother is going to like share something with them about their childhood, when and growing up in something that happened in the household. And it's going to really be that like puzzle piece that you've been looking for, and helping you understand, as far as your love life and things like that, and how you treat yourself and the people that you connect with romantically and emotionally. Like, it's going to really show you where kind of that narrative for yourself started and how it continued to evolve because it was unchecked. And now that you're recognizing it, you can see how that plays out in your relationships and in love in general. And so what you need to be aware of here is the star. So you might have Aquarius placements, or you might be dealing with someone with Aquarius placements. But really, I feel like this is more so about remembering to water yourself first. Capricorn, you can go above and beyond for people because you can see how things can be better, and you believe in people. But a lot of the time you don't leave any of that for yourself. And so when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, remember that you cannot do anything properly. You cannot be there for someone or show up for others before you show up for yourself. So take the time to water yourself. Take the time to show up for yourself in the ways that you need, and validate yourself, and remember your worth. You determine your worth. Remembering that will then allow you to water others, and allow you to have more fruitful relationships, and not just romantic relationships, but of course platonic and familial and workplace relationships as well. Okay? Yeah, because the Five of Pentacles is in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So, you all are recognizing that you were in a place of lack, and now you're coming out of that, right? That's also what's kind of being revealed to you. Like, that's part of why, certain relationships didn't work out, or certain situations just ended up falling to the wayside because you felt like you weren't good enough. You felt like you were lacking something. And so you're realizing now that how, when you internalize that mentality, how it plays out in your relationships. And you're realizing that could have even started from your childhood somewhere. Being hyper vigilant of others' emotions and how they perceived you, not wanting to really cause disruption within your family, within your home, within your circles, even as children, picking up on those habits. You don't even realize that you maintain those things as you get older because they become so second nature. So, that lack, you're understanding now where lack and holding on to that mentality has been affecting your relationships. So, for my committed Capricorns in monogamous or polyamorous relationships, let's see what's going on for you. What's going on for committed Capricorns, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Excuse me, in regards to love. Let's see. Okay. Well, what do committed Capricorns need to be aware of? Okay. So, the first card that popped out here was the Two of Swords in reverse. There may be a decision that needs to be made. You are at an impasse with yourself. You're kind of battling within about a certain decision, or a situation that may have occurred and something needs to be said about it, but you're not really sure what. You're not really sure what to say, or you're not really sure if it should be said. When it comes to things like that, and there's moments where you have to remember that you are still an individual as well, and that you have to make sure that you are showing up for yourself first and doing what's best for yourself first. Even in a relationship, that makes it difficult to make certain decisions, because you don't want to be selfish in a sense, to where your partner feels like you're neglecting them or abandoning them, or being inconsiderate and not hearing or seeing what it is that they, feel or think about whatever situation is happening here. But then there's other times where, while you are still considering all of those things, there's still a decision that, if you make it, may not make your partner or partners happy, or vice versa. They're trying to figure out how to come to you with something, and it might be, difficult because you might not react well, or you might not like what, conclusion is brought to you, or what decision is made. In that space, it can be frustrating, because again, you want to be able to be considerate of your partner, and remember that there's two of you or multiple of you in this position, or in this dynamic together, and so everyone can be impacted by this decision. And so remembering that and understanding that it can be frustrating sometimes, what you need to be aware of is to not lash out at your partner, or not to create a space where now everyone's walking on eggshells, because there's this thing that's hanging in the balance and it's not really being said, or you're not reacting well, or you're being a little bit less compassionate in the way that you're speaking to each other, or the way that they're speaking to you is not as compassionate as you would like it. So it's important to remember that in those moments of frustration where you may have to make certain decisions that will do better for you, but it may not make somebody else feel good, and dealing with the frustration of having to, make that choice, remember that they are not the recipient for that frustration. It's the decision, right? So you're frustrated with the decision. You're not frustrated with them per se. That's not to say that you can't be frustrated with them about something, and that's what this is about, and you're trying to talk or whatever, and it's just not coming out as well as it needs to, because you're aggravated. But remember, like I said, people won't receive messages if they're bullied to receive them, if they're being berated, or if they're being or if you're being overbearing and kind of trying to push or enforce your view or your way of doing things, and not recognizing how, the difference in your partner or partners, or them, doing that to you, and not recognizing that, well, this is how you do things, or this is how, you would like to do things. So, a little battle for control there too, but the Page of Cups came out right after that. So I feel like this is you all dealing with this kind of frustrating experience, and treading lightly with each other, and figuring out what works better for the dynamic of the relationship, and trying it, right? You are listening to each other, after you get over this hump of frustration or this hump of like aggravation, you will be able to, you know, understand how to show up for each other better. And you will understand even new ways, or come up with new ways to show your love and affection and appreciation for your partners. And even through the difficult moments, right? That's what you want to be aware of. Like, remember that having compassion, especially in difficult moments, will always make it easier to see it through, really. Because like I said, it may not feel the best in the moment, but it's something that's great that you've been able to overcome. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups. So, you know, remembering to stay grounded, and remembering that though you have options, though you have, you know, these ideas of what you want things to be, or whatever the case is, when you stay grounded, you can see what's really happening. You can see what's really going on. You can see what is real and what is something that you idealized, or is the potential of what you want things to be, instead of seeing what it actually is, right? So remember to stay grounded and see what is actually going on. Know that also there are multiple ways to love someone, and so taking the time to be more compassionate and figure those things out, talking to each other, being honest with each other, that will also help to remove some of the fog, and bring some of the the romance and the love back, if there hasn't been, or if it's been a little bit difficult lately. Okay? Oh, Cappies. Yeah. You're getting a little hot. Like, I'm getting a little hot. I feel it. I understand it can be a little frustrating sometimes, but like I said, I always try to tell people it's you and your partner against the issues. You know, at the end of the day, you don't want to attack this person that you say you love. You know, you can hold people accountable in love and with love. So make sure you're doing that. All right, Cappies. Okay, so now we're going to go into career and finance. I'm going to be using this Spellcaster's Tarot deck for that. And let's see what's going on for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in their career and finances for July. Okay. Let's see. What's going on for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in their career and finances? Okay, interesting. And how can Capricorns have a better relationship with their careers and finances? Oh boy. Okay. So, I'm a little concerned. The first card that came out was the Lovers in reverse. So you may be working with folks with strong Gemini placements. You may have strong Gemini placements. The lovers in reverse isn't necessarily a bad thing. In regards to finance, I feel like this is you understanding where is your money really going? Like, what are you putting your money into things that like actually matter to you, that you feel like called to invest in or called to do work in? Are you really putting your time and energy into something that is filling you back up and coming back to you in those ways? And I feel like part of it is you are, right? But the other part of it is still kind of holding on to certain mentalities about stability, certain mentalities about what your work looks like or what you should be doing, even if it's like projections from other people in your life, from a partner, because that is the Lover's card still. So from, someone that's close to you, people that are close to you, you might feel like they aren't speaking like life into the things that you would like to do or what you see for yourself. And so that may make it a little bit difficult to feel fully faithful about what you are creating, about what you're investing your time and money in. Because, we have after that about what, how you can better your relationship with your career and finances. We have the Sun and Strength in reverse here. So, Leo energy here, you might have Leo placements or work closely with someone with strong Leo placements. And Strength here in reverse, this is telling me that there is still, like I said, certain mentalities that you're holding on to that are stopping you from doing certain things. You're not fully believing in yourself still, and that is definitely a like I said, a Capricorn thing. Because we fall into this place of needing everything to be perfect because of not being able to make mistakes growing up, right? So when we do make mistakes now, we're so super hard on ourselves, or when we are looking to create new things, like it really is kind of an uphill battle, right? The goats be climbing. It really is an uphill battle sometimes to get over our own fears, to get over our own insecurities, to get over our own doubts about our capabilities, about what we're able to do, about the usefulness of what we're doing, about is it really sustainable? Is this something that I can keep up? Is this something that people are going to care about, that people are going to see? So it's important to remember that for abundance to come in, there has to be space, one. And two, the intention has to be there, and the faith has to be there. And if both of those things are missing, then it becomes increasingly hard to see opportunities for yourself, to believe that you are worthy of these opportunities, and to actually follow through on these opportunities. Creating that cycle of like imposter syndrome and just overall anxiety and stress about stability and work and financial security, all of those things, right? Because we have the Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck for the overall energy after that. And, that's just like, as you can see, like putting up all your defenses, like fighting mad hard, but like, it's exhausting you. And that makes it hard too, not feeling like you have the energy to keep working on these things, or to keep putting effort into certain things, and it's not going the way that you see it, and so then now you're just trying to like push through. And again, like I said, kind of just creating that cycle of insecurity and scarcity. So remember that to believe in yourself first. Believe that you are going to be successful, even as you stumble through the process. Believe that no matter what, that you can adjust, that you'll be able to adapt, that you are following what you feel called to do, and the intention that you have behind it is going to be that extra push to motivate you during those moments where you're struggling and you're stumbling and things are harder to see, and things are maybe moving slower than you would like, right? Take it easy, Capricorns, when it comes to this. I know, again, being a cardinal earth sign, it's very, very important that you have this established for yourself, and that you feel safe and secure in the work that you're doing, in the money that you're making, in the energy that you're investing. But remember to check yourself, check your faith, check your intentions too, and sit with that, and recognize where you're still holding on to doubt, where you're still holding on to scarcity, and give yourself the space to release those things so your abundance can come in. Okay, and lastly, we're going to get some advice. So, any last messages or advice for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Let's see. Shuffle. Any last advice for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? So, we have freedom here. The totem is the eagle. The crystal is blue barbite, or not barbite, barite, and the number is 12, which breaks down to 3. Freedom, right? Free yourself from certain mentalities. Free yourself from, lacking mentalities, scarcity. Free yourself from suppressing how you feel. Free yourself from stifling your emotions, and tap back into that receptive energy that you really do have and possess, and express yourself. Be honest about what you're feeling, what you're doing, what you want to do, and don't allow anyone to steal the wind from beneath your wings, okay? I'm feeling Scorpio energy here because of the eagle as well, so you may have Scorpio placements, or someone around you may have strong Scorpio placements, but remember that you determine your self-worth, and that you are the master of your design, right? So people may project. You might put yourself in situations where people don't understand you, or doubt you, or putting yourself in cycles because of certain things that happened to you before. Free yourself from all of that, because you can do it. I'm here to tell you, as a Capricorn Sun and Mercury, you can do it. It's not impossible. It does take time. It does take patience. It does take stillness. So allow yourself to have those things, okay? I hope that resonated with you all. Thank you for tuning in. If you'd like a personal reading with me, you can book with me. I am going to leave all that in the description box. Like and share with the homies. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe. If you want a tip, I'll also leave that in the description box. And I'll see you all next month.